In the world of Apple, there are the keynote events, the spectacles you see on the news. And then there are the whispers. The late-night code dives. The factory floor leaks that are so detailed, they might as well be an official announcement. Today, we are peeling back the curtain on one of the most unexpected and potentially revolutionary launches Apple has ever prepared for the holiday season. Forget the iPhone. Forget the annual hype cycle. This is the November stealth drop. For months, we've heard the rumors. A new Apple TV. A HomePod mini refresh. A next-generation AirTag. Separately, these are minor updates. But together, they paint a picture of an Apple that is quietly, methodically, building an interconnected, AI-driven smart home ecosystem that will make everything you own feel instantly obsolete. If you are a streamer, a gamer, a smart home enthusiast, or frankly, just someone who owns a single Apple product, what we are about to reveal in this next half hour will fundamentally change your buy or wait decision for the rest of 2025. We are diving deep into the leaked specs, the rumored prices, the secret features, and the one, massive change to the HomePod mini that will make the original feel like a relic from a different century. Stay with me. Because the true power of this November event isn't in one product. It's in the trinity of upgrades that will solidify Apple's control over your living room. The new king of the living room, Apple TV 2025, the console killer? Let's start with the one product everyone underestimates, the Apple TV 2025. Look, you've probably dismissed the Apple TV before. It's a black box. It runs some apps. What's the big deal? The big deal is that Apple is no longer viewing this as a simple streaming box. They're building a silent, powerful, console killer. The most consistent, jaw-dropping leak points to one core component, the A17 Pro chip. Now, if that sounds familiar, it's because it's the same powerhouse processor found in the very latest, top-tier iPhones. Why put that kind of sheer computing muscle into a streaming device? The answer is simple: gaming and AI. We're talking about console-quality gaming. We've seen the demos on the iPhone, desktop-grade titles running with ray tracing. Imagine that same fidelity, now seamlessly streaming to your 65-inch TV. This isn't Apple Arcade anymore. This is a direct challenge to the Xbox and PlayStation, but packaged as a $150 black puck. But here is the real kicker, the part of the leak that changes everything: a rumored front-facing camera. Think about that. An Apple TV with a camera. This immediately unlocks three massive features. FaceTime on your TV, instant group calls from your sofa. That's a given. Gesture control, leaked code hints at motion tracking. No more frantic searching for the remote. A wave of your hand could pause the movie. Apple Intelligence integration, the A17 Pro chip is designed for advanced AI. The camera is the eye for that AI. Personalized home screens based on who is sitting down. Proactive suggestions. A smart home system that doesn't just respond to commands, but anticipates your needs. It's the difference between a smart speaker and a sentient co-pilot for your house. If this new Apple TV lands at the rumored price point, it will not only redefine your streaming experience, but it will also become the cheapest, most powerful gaming console you can buy. And that's why this product, alone, is worth the price of admission for this November event. But it gets deeper. Because the Apple TV is just the brain. Smarter sound, smarter home, the HomePod Mini 2 is here. The first HomePod Mini was a massive success, but it had limitations. The sound was great for its size, but it was still mini. The processor was starting to feel sluggish. The HomePod Mini 2 leak addresses every single criticism, and then introduces a game-changer. Let's look at the expected upgrades. Enhanced S-Series chip, this is the engine. A faster processor means instantly responsive Siri, quicker handoff from your iPhone, and critically, a much more stable Thread and Wi-Fi 7 connection. No more, sorry, I'm having trouble connecting. Improved audio driver. The core purpose of the HomePod is sound. Leaks suggest a redesigned driver and passive radiators, delivering richer bass and clearer vocals without increasing the physical size. It's an acoustic magic trick, but one Apple engineers seem to have pulled off. New colorways, because, well, it's Apple. Expect 2 stunning new finishes to match your minimalist aesthetic. Now, for the headline leak on the HomePod Mini 2. This is the must-listen moment for any Apple user. Rumors point to a dramatically enhanced ultra-wideband, or UWB, chip, the same chip that powers the AirTag and precision finding. Why does that matter? It means the HomePod Mini 2 is no longer just a speaker. It's the ultimate room awareness sensor. Imagine walking into your kitchen, and before you even say a word, the HomePod Mini 2 knows you're there. It knows your Apple Watch is on your wrist. It knows your preferences. The lights shift to your favorite temperature, the news podcast you paused in your car instantly resumes, and your smart thermostat adjusts. This is not a theoretical fantasy. This is a fundamental platform shift. The HomePod Mini 2 is the quiet, decentralized neural network of your future smart home. It's the device that makes the Apple TV's AI camera relevant in every other room of your house. If you thought the HomePod Mini was the best entry point into Apple's smart ecosystem, the second generation is the mandatory upgrade. But the intelligence network isn't complete without the third member of the trio. Find everything, track nothing, the AirTag 2 revolution. The original AirTag was a phenomenal success, but it was marred by one persistent, necessary criticism: the potential for misuse. Stalking. Unwanted tracking. Apple responded with software updates, but the hardware itself was limited. The AirTag 2 leak reveals a product that is not just better at tracking your items, but is fundamentally designed to be a better digital citizen in the world. The core technology upgrade is a next-generation U2 ultra-wideband chip. Why U2? This chip, which debuted in the latest iPhones, offers massively improved range and accuracy. No more wandering around your garage searching for your keys. It will guide you to within an inch, even when the key is buried under a pile of laundry. The precision finding experience will be faster, smoother, and work over greater distances. But the real story of the AirTag 2 is what Apple has done to counter the dark side of item tracking. The leaks point to tamper-resistant speaker housing. The number one method of disabling an AirTag used for unwanted tracking was simply pulling out the tiny speaker. The AirTag 2 is rumored to make this impossible without destroying the device. And here is the new, privacy-first feature that will sell millions of these: rechargeable battery integration. This is huge. No more disposable coin batteries. This is an environmental win, an accessibility win, and a convenience win. Imagine simply dropping your AirTag onto a MagSafe charger once every few months. This small change makes the AirTag 2 a permanent, sustainable part of your daily carry. The AirTag 2 is the perfect punctuation mark to this November event. It's a device that gets more powerful while becoming more privacy conscious. It brings the power of UWB to every single item you own, connecting them all back to your HomePod Mini 2 and the Apple TV 2025 brain in your living room. The unseen ecosystem: why this event matters more than an iPhone launch. We've covered the 3 key devices. Now, let's talk about why this November leak is more significant than a new iPhone. The iPhone is a yearly incremental upgrade. This November trio is a foundational architectural shift. Apple is using the late-year release to create a seamless, cohesive, and deeply intelligent home environment. The A17 Pro in the Apple TV is the brute force. The UWB in the HomePod Mini 2 and AirTag 2 is the invisible network. And the Apple Intelligence software that ties it all together is the magic. This is not about new features. This is about omnipresence. Imagine your new Apple TV acting as a dedicated, low-latency gaming server, effortlessly piping games to your iPad Pro. Imagine your HomePod Mini 2 knowing you've been on a run and proactively starting your cooldown playlist and lowering your blinds the second you walk through the door. Imagine never, ever having to buy a battery for your item trackers again. For years, the smart home has been a fragmented, frustrating mess of incompatible standards. Apple is quietly building the only ecosystem that simply works, and these three devices, the Apple TV, the HomePod Mini 2, and the AirTag 2, are the pillars of that unified future. So, what should you do right now? If you are a hardcore gamer, a streamer, or someone who views their living room as a central hub, you must hold off on buying any current generation Apple TV. The A17 Pro chip and the AI features are too monumental to ignore. If you have held off on getting a HomePod Mini, or if you have multiple older units, wait for the HomePod Mini 2. The UWB enhancements and speed boost make it a necessary upgrade to fully unlock the future of Apple intelligence in your home. The November stealth drop is not a sideshow. It's the final, crucial step in Apple's 2025 master plan to dominate the digital landscape, moving beyond the phone in your pocket to the walls, tables, and screens of your entire house. The leaks are detailed. The sources are credible. And the implications are staggering. This is the year the Apple Home finally arrives. And you have the inside track.